3 business tips in 5 minutes. Need, want, deserve. Stick around.
All right, Mr. Simple Biz Guy, let's start the show.
Hello, everybody. Jeff Mason, your host of SimpleBiz360 podcast. We are doing a 3 in 5 series installment today called Need, Want, and Deserve. What are we talking about? We're talking about the customer satisfaction ladder, right? What's the rung of the ladders we have to go up? So let's first focus on need, right? Think of it this way. You're in a restaurant. You're in the restaurant business, right? What do customers need to experience your restaurant? Well, they need silverware. They need plates. They need food, and they need restrooms, and they might need some wait staff, right? They don't always have to have the wait staff, but you got to give them silverware, plates, a restroom, and some food, right? That's how they experience things. So those are the kind of ideas of just need, just the price of admission. If you're going to be a restaurant, those are the price tags of admission. You got to have that stuff covered. So a lot of us, most of us, when we end up getting into business or we start our own companies, we're looking at things through the lens of, first and foremost, what does the customer need? Now, customer then gets to tip number 2 is want. So let's talk about want a little bit. Can we give, or do we have to give customers what they want each and every time they express this want? My answer is no. The third-party influencers I've listened to over my 35-year career say no. Why? Because many times customers are going to ask for things. They're going to want things that we can't give them. However, take a look at the can-do, right? The attitude challenge. We can exercise some flexibility. We can exercise some willingness. We can, buckle down and get creative. Maybe there's a creative solution we have not uncovered before. Let's have a can-do attitude about it, and let's try to do this. Now, you've got to inject a realism factor, right? So you got to really be realistic about this. You got to know what your boundaries are, know what your capabilities are, know what your raw materials resources are capable of or what they aren't, the timelines that are involved. You might not be able to get something from overseas in 7 days. It might take 14 days. You might not be able to do what you want to do. So we've got to really look at, that, and then we've got to address the why and what we can do. Why are we doing this? Is it something that's just making the customer happy from a kind of a self-serving vantage point on the customer end, or is it something that I'm looking at as a business owner through a self-serving lens? Am I not flexible and willing and creative enough? And should I be? So we've really got to look at that. And then, how can we strive to be this can-do, take this attitude challenge, accept it, and inject this can-do attitude, if you will. So, the want is a more complex thing, right, than the need. Now, deserve, this is the secret sauce of this whole customer satisfaction ladder. Why do I say that? Because deserve gives us that opportunity to exceed expectations, right? This is where we can say to somebody, hey, not only do I realize you're in here and your needs are silverware, plates, restrooms, and food, but I'm going to give you sparkling clean silverware, sparkling clean water in that sparkling clean glass. I'm going to give you, plates you could just, look at in the mirror, like a mirror, and I'm going to give you really spotless restrooms that you will never be sorry you went into. So I'm going to exceed your expectations. I'm going to give you what I think as a business owner you deserve as my paying customer. Here's where we can embrace this opportunity to excel, exceed those expectations. We can blow customers away here. And one of the tenets of this is getting to the customer before they get to you. If you think they have 10 questions and you think of the 10 questions, answer 5 of them up front. This way they only have to ask you 5. You've already pre-answered 5 of them. It's really a cool formula. Get to the customers before they get to you. Need, want, deserve, put them in the right pecking order, understand how to achieve them. The can-do attitude is a big part. Now, Joe Walsh, wow, we all know him from the Eagles, right? But do you know him from the fact that he's born in Wichita, Kansas, moved to New Jersey, went to Montclair High School. I'm a Jersey boy. All you Jerseyites out there, did you guys know this? He went to Montclair High School, played I believe it was the oboe in high school at Montclair. Then he went on to Kent State University. He was there for the terrible shootings, only spent a month in school, dropped out, decided to go for it and create a band, which he did, the James Gang, phenomenal band if you've never heard of them. And then he did a little work with Barnstorm, and then he did some solo, and then he went to the Eagles, and then he went back to solo. So we're going to do a track from his first solo album called So What? And this is called Turn to Stone. Very, very applicable for today's geopolitical environment. We will see you in 168 hours.